Personally, for me, the impact, Eric, that you've had on this school is just being a really good role model as far as teaching goes. I've been able to observe you as you have been right next to me, teaching the 8th grade English and also Bible and chapel. And just your impact has been an awesome role model as a teacher.
So Mr. Handel has had, I would say, a very big impact on the school this year. And one of the biggest ways I've seen that has been just by him being a team player. From the very first day he arrived to present day, he pretty much has been on call in whatever way we need him possible. And he really is a hard worker. So the school is definitely going to miss his just diligence in every single thing he does. Also his excellence. I would say another thing that he has impacted the school with has been his presentations that he's done specifically on Bible in different themes, different messages. I've really been impacted by the staff times that he's shared a presentation on scripture, and definitely will miss that.
One of my favorite stories is about a destination. To get to Neverland, you take the second star from the right and straight on till morning. When Eric came for this year, the plan was that he would keep us on track as far as reaccreditation goes and keeping to our principles. He's been a great man and really have appreciated all that he's done for the students. You know, he had his meetings happening every week, connecting with different ones, and I'm sure that some of these ideas are being mentioned by many of us. But it's been really such an honor to work with him again. I remember when he was here in teaching 4th grade, it was such a great piece that we could have to come back to have Pastor Eric with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
The school was in great need of leadership when Eric came. I was really surprised that he said yes when I invited him over. Our paths have only crossed slightly in ministry since I prayed with him to receive Christ in 1975. And here we had an opportunity to spend a whole year together. He's had a huge impact here. I think the biggest one is just the joy that he brings with him every day, and the care that he has for especially the students and the staff that were in need, whether academic or just personal. He's just been so clutch in all of those situations and made a big difference in people's lives. And of course, we had the joy of having prayer together in the morning and talking together about decisions. And he's just so flexible, so spiritual. He's a man of God, and we've been super blessed to have him here for the time he's been here.
My memories of you, Eric, are that even though you are a veteran teacher of many, many years, and I am still a very new teacher, when we would interact, it was like we were peers, I guess, and when we would talk, there was never an air of being a know-it-all. It was really easy to talk to you, and when we would talk about students and teaching methods, it was really like I was working with a good friend, maybe. So yeah, that's my memory.
So definitely one thing that stuck out to me was after one of the professional developments, we were talking about different levels of education, and he really encouraged me to think about getting my master's. I only have my bachelor's. And there was something about the way he presented it that day that really made me think, oh my gosh, like he cares about how I continue to grow as an educator. And I actually really thought honestly about what he had to say. I went home and I'm still praying about considering the master's because of the conversation he sat down and had with me.
When I look back over the years that I've known the Handels, I remember a time when my girls were very young. B was their first teacher when they were 3 years old and 4 years old. They fell in love with her, and it wasn't hard to know why. But as a family, they reached out to us, and though they were the teachers for our children and we were so appreciative, they cared about us. And I'll never forget, there was a time when my wife and I were celebrating our anniversary, and they gave us a babysitter themselves, and they sent us out to dinner. And it was such an incredible blessing. And they are a team unlike many. They are really just such a special blessing to us, and I'll always remember that gift of time and Alicios. So good.
Well, yeah, maybe the biggest memory that comes to my mind is when Eric came, he didn't know anything about Jupyter grades or how we use Google Docs, and he was swimming, just trying to figure out how this is all supposed to work. And but he took it so seriously. He really wanted to know how the students are doing, and Jupyter became like his home. You know, he would check out their grades and who's tardy, and he really got into it. And he never mastered it exactly, you know, but he really got into the learning process, because he is a learner, and also just using it on a daily basis and pulling kids into the office because he saw a dip in their grades, or having a child come in because he's been tardy lately, and all just because he learned how to use Jupyter. Maybe another memory is just the memories that I've had of just having our prayer times in the morning and hearing his prayers and his heart for the school and for the individual students and teachers in the school. It's really remarkable for a guy who just comes in for 1 year and it so connects and so cares for all of us.
Eric, thank you, first of all, so much for coming here, and your example of coming in and just being really prepared. That's one thing I noticed a lot, is your sense of wanting to be prepared for your lessons is amazing. And I would think that after a teacher has taught for as many years as you would have, that sense maybe would go away. But from watching you over this last year, I know that that's a really real thing, and that's something that I want to continue implementing in my teaching as well, because I think it does bear really good fruit. I've seen it not only with how the kids respect you and listen to you, but how it's also made an impact in my teaching, the component of coming in and just being prepared for the day. So thank you so much for being a good role model with that.
All right, Mr. Handel, take it easy. I know you work out, so continue working out, because that's good stuff right there. You should sleep in every now and then, and please have a very relaxing time in retirement.
The school, being in Hungary over the years, so many people leave, but they come back. And when they come back to visit, it's never a surprise, because it's such a joy to be here and to have the friendships that we do. And I think that the piece that he has given us is that statesman representative. You know, he was in the classroom, in the trenches, then he could come back and be part of our leadership team and helping us, connecting with the families, connecting with the students, connecting with the teachers, and doing all of these different pieces and helping us to see the big picture. And sometimes he didn't know what was happening, and it made us explain, and it made us understand, why do we do this? So that was, many times it was to our advantage to reevaluate, to explain what is the reasoning behind, what is the purpose behind some of the things that we do. And it helped us to really sharpen our skills and to do things on purpose that we wanted to. So I just want to say thank you so much, Pastor Handel, and B, that you've been here this year has been a special treat, I know, for my daughters, but to work together again was a great blessing. And we wish you all the best joutat?
Well, Eric, I would say, and Bea, that really what you bring to the table in any Christian environment is just remarkable, and we've been blessed by it. And I know wherever you go, you're going to bless the people where you're going also. Whoever your neighbors are, whatever community group you're a part of, whatever church you're part of, they're going to just be super blessed by your lives, and as we have been. And we will stay in touch. You know, our paths will cross again. I don't know if we'll ever minister together again, but for sure they will cross many times in the future. I'm looking forward to it. We love you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Handel, for being with us this year. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Handel. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Handel. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Handel. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Mr. Handel.
Goodbye, Mr. Handel. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Handel. We love you.